He loves sculpturing things and jackhammering stuff. So he made that 6 months ago. Nudie, short for nudie brack. Around the point where the rocks are, further south, you can walk past the Foxy's Cafe, and there's a track, a really good track made out of tarmac or bitumen, and it takes you around, just around the coast of the rainforest. You go around and you come to the beach. Very pretty beach. Sit down there for a little while, you can swim there. There's not as much coral as all in here. He loves sculpturing things and jackhammering stuff. So he made that 6 months ago. Turtle talk. You going turtle talk? Turtle talk today? No. Well, that's where they're going to take you to there. Or you can walk to the nudie beach, and there's wooden steps that go up, then around the corner. From that wooden platform where the steps, take nice photos of out here. Showers up there, just on the footpath there. On a big tide too, sometimes the tide go right up, push all them dry leaves back, all that debris, yeah. You might see turtle again.
There is a track up to the top, but it would take too long to get there.
No, not really. You go with a camping ground. Place, the Green Island. And the Ganganji men would take the boys to Green Island. And Green Island is the creation story of the place with the hole in the nose. And this story come about when they believe how that island was formed. A baby turtle swam onto Green Island. Green Island used to be a sand cave. It's the largest sand cave island now with the natural forest in the middle. 1,000 years ago, the story goes, the little turtles walked onto the beach, and they were very thirsty from swimming. And they saw a crab hole, and there was water inside. So the little crab go, they drink the water, and the crab come at them, boop, bite their nose here, bite their nose. And that's how the Ganganji men believe how the crab got his nostril. And that's why the green turtle grew over time, big. That's why the green turtle really big today, the adult male and the female. So then they took that idea, or they took that teaching, take the boys there to the island, teach them become small turtle, small boy, pinch their nose, pierce their nose, and put a bone or stick there. And then they become men, adult. A place with the hole in the nose. Walk, have a look, take photos. I go to the camping ground, there's a few ropes that go like this. That's the track you take up. The camping ground here. All in there. Yeah. Sometimes when they jump out, they're chasing the small juvenile fish, or there's something bigger chasing the mackerel one.
Well, about deck in a few minutes' time. We'll let you know when we're boarding. Thank you. We're on the back deck in a few minutes' time. We'll let you know when we're boarding. Thank you.
Common ones we get here, coral trout, your main reef fish, parrotfish, you get stingrays, blue spotted stingray, you get gropers, cods, your octopus, and also two main types of little reef sharks. These little reef sharks grow very small, about 1 meter to 1.5 meters. They're not very big, but they're your black tip reef shark and your white tip reef shark. And these little reef sharks, you see them mainly of a night time. They're more active at night. Okay, just give you a quick sneak of what the coral and that look like around here. We call this party a halfway baby. So this coral's come back really good in the past 2.5 years when tropical cyclone comes through here 2.5 years ago, and it done a lot of damage to the coral reef here. But it's been come back really good now. Coral will grow really good depending on the climate. If you go this way south that way is Franklin Island. Let's hope it stays like this now for the rest of the day. The rain was alright, that's all right. It can rain tonight.
Ôi, sao mà ông lại thế? Hả? Sao vậy ông lại thế? Let's
go look at some coral. I will slowly go along in here with the sand because sometimes there's a big female green sea turtle lay down. So Fitzroy Island, this one here, we call this place Kaba. Kaba is a language, Aboriginal language from the Ganganji people, resembling your fist. Okay? Kaba means when you go back home, you look at the top of this island from the distance, you look like that. Look like your fist. Alright? This is a continental island, but that means that it was once joined up to that island over there. You know what the name of that big island over there? That's Australia. That's Cairns. That's the coast of Cairns going south that way. Okay? So you can probably still say it's part of there, but it's still on underwater over there in the valley. And you see the little black fish with white tail? They're the damselfish family. You'll see many of them today if you're snorkeling. And then you got here all your branching coral because they look like tree branch. This hard coral, we call it branching coral.
When you guys walk along the beach later, you see the little pieces of branching coral. You pick it up, you see the little dots all over it, and that's where the little coral polyps live. That's how tiny they are. But don't take it home.
So guys, do you think coral is a plant or an animal? Slightly resembles a bit of both, but mainly mainly animal. Because of the millions tiny little polyps that live inside, that's the animal inside that forms the coral. And they can secrete lime powder that gives them that shell, that skeleton. And also coral can't produce.
Algae is a very strong competitor to coral, so we need to maintain that population. Not to touch anything in the ocean today. I give you full permission to give things a wave. Waving at the giant clam, they can see your shadow. So they will close up in a response. They have also taken the coral's ability to sunbathe for energy to the extreme. They get around 99% of their energy through the zooxanthellae algae and through photosynthesis. That is what we call the live coral rock. Live coral rock is dead coral. It's got a very thin layer of algae growing on it, but it's a really important part of the ecosystem. This is where you're going to get recruitment on the reef. So those new reef building organisms are going to attach to the substrate in this areas of live coral rock. Having 100% coral cover would mean that there would be no evolution on the reef. And we need to have evolution of the reef if we have any hope of safeguarding it for the future. So these literally found on the reef slope. So not actually on the reef system. The reef is on the other side now. Look out there. They are a ram ventilator, which means that they do have to keep swimming. The small silverfish with the forked tail are your fusiliers. Now, as we learned, marine biologists are not smart people when it comes to the common name. So one's got a yellow tail and another's got a gold band. These are the yellow tail and gold banded fusiliers. Fusiliers are another planktivore species eating the small microscopic plankton community. Being a blue silvery colour, they are again most likely to be found on the reef slope. They're using the big blue backdrop of the open ocean as their camouflage. Being all of the same colour and that silvery blue, they are often found swimming in large numbers. This is another camouflage strategy. If they are all looking the same and they're all schooling together, it's very hard for a predator to pick out an individual animal. The yellow fish that are swimming around in pairs are your rabbit fish. We've got two common species of rabbit fish. One is fully yellow with blue lines, so it's the blue-lined rabbit fish. And one has a black and white face, that is your fox face rabbit fish. The rabbit fish pairing is non-reproductive. This does mean that they are non-nuclear. This is that they are not always male and female. They are sometimes male-male, sometimes female-female. The rabbit fish pairing, one of them will be eating and the other one will be on patrol looking for any dangers in the water. When you guys go snorkeling today, I would like you to be like a rabbit fish. Find yourself a buddy and stick with them for safety.
That one. It's pretty. So coral reef also acts like a little nursery for all the tiny little juvenile fish. So if any big predators come along, they can dart and hide underneath. And sometimes, like if you don't see many fish or turtles because of these two loud engines, that's why I like to just go slowly like this. The turtle will sometimes hear the vibration through the water and they get scared and they take off. Some turtle will just be real curious and will just sit there and look at us and then realize, oh, people, then they'll run away, dive down. A turtle can come up, catch a breath of air and then dive back down for 20 to half an hour. But over night time, they stay longer. They can slow the whole body, the insides down, their heart, and they slow it down and they can sleep on the sand night time. So guys, most of the Great Barrier Reef, apart from all the old... Not a turtle? Yeah. I turn around.
So when we used to eat them, it was primarily a green sea turtle that was eaten, and turtle soup had a greenish coloration to it. Please do not eat sea turtles. They are an endangered species now, and they are basically dinosaurs. They have not evolved since the age of the dinosaur. So all of their climate issues and plastic issues that we are facing in the oceans now, they are definitely affecting the sea turtle.
Chair, you can sit and relax and then walk back there.
You get a view from up there?
Nah, it's rainforest there. It's a little quiet, little tranquil little walk. The best view is up.
There's another turtle here on the right hand side at the back. That is a green sea turtle feeding on the reef.
कति आइरहेर न तल पनि हेरेछ तल छुट्टै जात हुन्छ यताबाट त्यसको आँखा हेर्न ऊ त्यसमा सानो माछा हेर्न त्यसको जिउमा तासिरा ऊ यहाँ पनि त्यही हो ऊ त्यसको जिउमा तासिरा हेर्नु छोटो है डिफ्रेन्ट यो चाहिँ कुन हो र प्यारोट फिस यो प्यारोट फिस हैन
Important on the reef ecosystem. The blue fish that are flapping like a bird with a parrot-like beak, those are the parrotfish. Parrotfish are a sequential hermaphrodite, so they are all born female. The females are maroon, tan or brown in colour with not very many cool colour adaptations. Once they are a large enough female and there's not too many other males around, that is when they're going to fully transition into that beautiful blue, brightly patterned boy parrotfish. So congratulations, gentlemen.
There's big turtle there.
Apparently there was a big turtle just at the back here. I've not been able to see it. But turtles are actually a rare.
They call this the crest. And when I mentioned before where coral spawning, the coral will grow into three different structural type of coral reef. One of them is this one here. Right around the island, we call this one here fringing reef. So any place you go with the island, like it's a reef right around, that's called a fringing reef. Then we got the big Great Barrier Reef that attracts a lot of people from around the world to come and have a look. That's the second one. And then the third is an atoll. Atoll is like a patch reef in a big sand lagoon. Okay. I'll take you for a little drive in here too. This little bay, we call it Shark Fin Bay. Once you get closer to there, to the side, you'll see a big fin. Oh, my name's not Fin. Look there. These are plate corals, these round ones. The bigger the plate coral gets, the size of a dinner table, they call it table coral. Weird, eh? Oh, look at a nice big angelfish down there.
Angelfish,
Yeah.
That one big one.
And this part on the edge here, we call the deep part here, the crest. Okay? So our coral reefs are very complex. Scientists are still working out how it all works. But back in the day, my old granny's people believed that the coral reef in the creation story was created by giant boulders that come off the mountains, landed in the ocean, and started forming the Barrier Reef, and then a sacred fish was let loose in the reef, and this sacred fish was speared, and it caused havoc. It started smashing all the rocks into pieces, and then this sacred fish ended up turning into a stingray, and thus today we get the stingray with the tail that represents the spear that went through it, and the barb come at the end. These ones look like cabbage.
Cabbage coral.
Yeah. Yeah. The one look like cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Yeah, that's right.
No, that's broccoli.
Broccoli. Yeah, broccoli. It's safe. Alright. So this has come back really good, guys. This was all like bleached and all stressed 2.5 years ago. If I would have brought you, if me and Spirit brought you here 2.5 years ago, this was all white, and the hard coral was all broken. And this is why we call this Shark Fin Bay, because if you look on the beach, see that rock? Check it out. Sometimes to 100 millimeters a year. Like I mentioned, depending on the condition of the water. Coral needs about 20 to 22 degrees Celsius for the water to grow nice and the coral to grow good and fast. Coral come in all different shape and size. You can see below us there. Big coral, small coral, wavy corals, hard coral and soft coral. That's the main two coral, soft and hard. A lot of scientific names for coral and ocean fish. We give them simple and basic names of what they appear to look like. So you'll see some coral look like mushroom. We call them mushroom coral. Okay. Some coral look like fingers, like tiny fingers waving around. So they call them finger coral. Some coral look like a pattern. Big round boulder coral look like a pattern of a brain. So they call it brain coral. The ones that wiggle around, like this one here is a boulder coral. It's a round rock one, boulder. When I mention soft coral, that's the coral that can wave around in the ocean, the motion of the ocean. They have no skeleton. The hard coral, they got a calcium carbonate skeleton. I didn't even see them. Sorry, Bob. I didn't see you. One down there. That's for bubblefish.
Yeah, these are naughty ones. That's hilarious. Why is it naughty? Well, they'll be dangerous in the wild.
I want that casserole.
It lives within the tissue of the coral, this little algae called zooxanthellae. Okay? So the zooxanthellae and the coral, you know, they get together as good friends, good buddies, and if the relationship breaks up, the water will get too hot or warm, or people, you know, be stomp it or break the coral or sunscreen, anything like that. It affects their relationship, and then the zooxanthellae will come out from the coral. And coral polyp can't last a long time without the partner, then he turn white. Yeah, so coral's very important, guys. Coral reefs, very important to look after a coral. So we can do our best to protect the reef and everything by, you know, what we do, like slow down on, like, many people haven't learned, but, you know, they don't understand about, like, especially like littering, things like that. Even a cigarette butt, you flick it in the ocean, that could cause damage, stuff like that. A lot of nutrient runoffs and phosphorus runoffs from the weather, too much rainwater mixes in, spoils the salinity, that can affect the coral. But the main thing is temperature, some coral bacteria and disease, stuff like that. So the further you go out, the more healthier coral, the closer you get into it, when there's more human activity around the coral reef, that really plays effect on the coral.
Some things you guys can do though with the health of the coral is kind of wearing reef safe sunscreen, not touching it, walking over it, just those kinds of things. Reef safe makeup if you're going to take a bunch of photos before you get into the water. All those little things do add up over time.
We just like to mention too, if you're snorkeling today, you try not to like